bedroom, and this is the only place I have to film right now. And I'm in front of a cloudy window, so I hope you can see me. But I'm about to go to work, and I decided to do a quick video because I'm going to be gone this weekend, sort of. And yeah, so many people have asked me for a gluten-free update or really the main question I keep getting is, what do you eat? And to me that seems pretty obvious, but then when I think back to the first week or two where I was doing gluten-free, it was kind of daunting, like, what do we eat? And again, disclaimer, I'm not allergic. Well, I think I have a sensitivity to gluten, but I'm not allergic. I can eat it if I want. I just choose not to. So don't think this is any kind of medical anything that I'm telling you. I know basically what has gluten. I've kind of memorized different brands and things that do and do not have gluten, like taco seasoning. I know which ones don't have gluten. But again, I'm not super, you know, like a detective. If there's a tiny bit in Lipton onion soup and I want to pour the dry package on my roast, I'm going to do it, because that's just not very much gluten compared to the rest of the meal. Do you see what I mean? But basically I would consider myself 95% gluten-free unless I cheat, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I've been doing this since October, 1st of October. I have now lost, I just weighed this morning because I haven't weighed in a couple of weeks, and I felt like I had gained some back, because it makes no sense, the weight that I am right now, that it's not coming right back on my body, because that's what it always did, and I never even got close to this weight. I started, I'm 5'1" or 5'1 and a half, I think. When I started this in October, I was the heaviest I'd ever been. For my size and my frame, I was 121 pounds. Oh my gosh. Because of the size that I am. Now, I'm not saying that's a lot of weight. For most people, that's not a lot of weight at all. So I'm not judging or saying this about anyone else but me. And you know personally the weight you want to be, the weight you feel good at, whatever. It's just a number. But just for reference, as I told you before, I did not start this diet for to lose weight, but it has been a huge byproduct. I've lost, I just weighed and I weigh 107. Yeah, but I'm eating whatever I want, basically. So that's pretty amazing, and wow, okay. So what do I eat? I will admit that I don't eat a lot of food on a daily basis. I'm not a huge eater. I never have been. For breakfast, this is just going to be examples because people have asked. For breakfast, I always have coffee. That's pretty much it. Especially now that I go to work at 9 every morning. Yeah, I have a cup of coffee and that's it, and I dash out the door. So I don't usually eat breakfast. If I do, it's usually a smoothie. Lunch is usually a free-for-all because I'm usually not hungry till, I mean, I get hungry, now that I'm working, I get hungry like at 1 o'clock, but used to, I could do, if I was busy all day, at 2 o'clock, I'd go, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten today. And I know that's terrible and not healthy, but that's just me. It's been that way my whole life, so don't worry, don't panic. But if I do have lunch, it's always something left over, usually from the night before. And if there's no leftovers, I have a little stack of, not stack, but a little few, like 8 or 9, I don't count them, but gluten-free crackers, some cheddar cheese sliced up, or whatever cheese, string cheese or brie or whatever I have in the pantry, and maybe some grapes, maybe some salami cut up, not very often because that's not that good for you. So my lunch is usually cheese and cracker-ish, or a banana. And I'll have a banana on the side or grapes on the side. Sometimes I'll have an apple sliced all up, dipped in peanut butter. So my lunch is just kind of a quick thing, you know, or like I said, leftovers. So what do I eat for dinner? Okay, so I wrote down the last week a few things that I had for dinner just to give you a reference. Okay, one night I had an omelet with cheese, and my husband, there was a leftover baked potato in the fridge. One of my kids didn't eat it, so we put it back in the fridge. He chopped that thing up and put it in the omelet with the cheese. It was he fried the potato up a little bit in butter. So good. And I topped it with hot sauce and salsa. So that was a really good dinner, really simple, no gluten. Another night, my husband baked some pork chop, or he fried them. I don't remember what he did. He's been cooking lately. He's not working again. So, pork chops. We had some rice and some just corn right out of the can. And on top of the pork chops, we put dried Lipton onion soup mix, and it made the pork chops really, really good. Another night we had grilled chicken and brie and rice and broccoli, you know, frozen broccoli, steamed, wonderful. Another night I made chicken tortilla soup. Okay, here's a cool thing to do. I always thought to make your own chicken broth, because have you checked the price of chicken broth lately? Plus, I hate canned or boxed chicken broth. It's too salty and it's got a weird wang to it. I always thought you had to take raw chicken bones and stuff to make chicken broth, your own, right? Oh my gosh, you can use chicken. Like, okay, we will eat a chicken from Costco, you know, and a roasted chicken, and then we'll just put the bones. We just boil chicken bones and the carcass left from a cooked chicken. The chicken broth was fantastic. So I made chicken tortilla soup. Whatever, we had half of a breast left over, so I chopped that up super fine, put it into this broth with rotel tomatoes, and sometimes I'll add corn and black beans and things like that and make a real hearty soup. And it's so easy and, you know, pretty cheap for dinner. And top it with a dollop of sour cream and some shredded cheddar cheese, and you've got a fantastic soup that you can make in just 10 minutes. Let's see, what else? Oh, the other night, my husband was in the mood for hot dogs. So he fried them up in butter. The kids had the buns. I had it with chili and cheese on top. It wasn't a healthy meal, but it didn't have any gluten, and that's what I ate. And I had some German potato salad on the side. We love to have salmon at night with maybe a baked potato and a salad. The gluten-free things that we buy is pasta. We had spaghetti last week with gluten-free spaghetti noodles. Not exactly the same, but pretty darn good. And last night my husband made pasta. We had bow tie pasta with let's see, he cut up some leftover chicken and put it in there. We have black Kalamata olives, I think that's how you say it, chopped up in there. We had sun-dried tomatoes chopped up in there, artichoke hearts drained and chopped up in there, and a lot of olive oil and a whole lot of red pepper flakes because we like it really spicy, and salt and pepper and probably some spices I'm not thinking of. But that's quite a few dinners that we've had lately that are gluten-free. So what I'm telling you is it's not hard to do, but it does take a weekish or two to kind of get your mind set. A lot of people, I think, don't realize what gluten even is, because the other night I was eating a baked potato and my friend said, "Oh, can you have that?" Yeah, it's a baked potato. It's not wheat. So I don't think people understand that there is a lot of wheat things, but it's mostly junk food. If you can't find anything to eat, it's probably because you're eating cookies, crackers, and packaged cookies. Well, any cookies, crackers, cake, muffins, donuts, bread, sandwiches. You're eating oh, one more thing real quick. You're eating things, your diet is mainly gluten. So that's why you're thinking everything has gluten in it. No, it's just what you're eating a lot of, which was me. Gluten was in everything I was eating. I cheated the other night. I had, I was in the mood for Chinese food. I haven't had it in months. And my favorite Chinese food is sweet and sour chicken, you know, breading. And I just said, I want it, go get it. My husband went and got some. It was so, so good. And then I had the worst stomach pains of my life that night. So it really wasn't worth it. The other thing I had the other day, I was working on this giant project and I was at Starbucks and I had to eat. I was starving. It was like 1:30. I could smell the food. I was so hungry. I got an iced tea and then I went over there and I just thought, I got to eat something or I'm going to have to leave and not do my project. So I got a croissant. Didn't bother me at all. It didn't, nothing happened. So I got greedy. So late that night I was hungry It was about 10:30 and I ate a blueberry Pop-Tart. No way. I paid for it. I had so much pain after that thing. So, you know, sometimes you can cheat, but don't overdo it, and don't be stupid like I was and eat a blueberry Pop-Tart. It didn't even taste that good anymore. That's what's amazing. My taste buds have changed. All that stuff just doesn't taste good anymore. So, okay, did I say everything? I don't remember, but it's time for me to leave. My husband just tapped on the door, meaning time to leave. So, that's it. That's an update with my gluten-free deal. So, I hope this was helpful if you're just wondering what to eat, Also, you can eat any fruit and any vegetable all you want all day long. There's no gluten in that. So, talk to you later. Bye.